Hey, it's your girl Lady D. We're keeping it real. Hope all is well. There's my little pup in the back. That's Miss Bella Ann Davis. She's a Maltese mixed with Poodle. I've had her now for about, she's a part of the family. I've had her now. June will make 2 years that I was blessed with her. She's a handful. I mean a handful. So we're just actually sitting out here in the car. I was talking to a neighbor, so I did have my mask on. Just sitting out here relaxing a little bit. Today's been kind of up and down with me. So I just decided I'd come outside. You know, my husband had called to check on me, and I told him that I was sitting outside inside of the car. I love sitting outside, but the mosquitoes are so bad this year. They're like eating me alive when I sit outside in front of the house. So I said, well, I'll just sit inside of the car for a little while before I go back in the house and start my dinner. But I just wanted to come on here and check in with everyone, see how everyone's doing. All is well with me. Like I said, it's been kind of like a slow day with me getting up and moving about. Just been really tired. I know last week when I went to the doctor, the doctor prescribed a medication for me that will help me gain weight. But I wound up going to my primary doctor like that, I think it was Thursday, and she prescribed steroids, and the steroids is supposed to help with the gout that I have, since I've been having a lot of flare-ups with the gout. So she prescribed steroids for me. And so the other medication, I did tell the doctor that I wanted to take myself off of that medication because of the fact that the steroids are going to help me gain weight anyway. You know, because I was kind of concerned about my weight. I've always weighed like maybe 150, somewhere up in there. I was always a size 10, 12. And I have lost weight and I'm down to a size 6, 8. So I lost a lot of weight. And I was just very, very concerned, you know. And I did ask the doctor, my kidney doctor, I did ask him on last Monday, what did he think about me gaining some weight? And he told me that I could gain some, but I just need to be careful because we don't want to gain too much. And of course, you know, that was my concern too. So that's why he prescribed that medication for me. But after I went to the doctor Thursday, and my primary doctor prescribed the steroids, so I said, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to take the other medication because that'll be extra weight on top of weight. You know, I want to get my weight back, but I don't want to get, you know, too overweight. Then I have an issue because with me being on the the kidney waiting list, you have a certain guideline. Your blood pressure has to be at a certain point, and your weight has to be at a certain point. So they check you once a year. You go in once a year until a kidney come through. So you need to be lined up with their guidelines for your age and your weight, for your age and everything, in order to receive it. It's so many strict guidelines when it comes to receiving a transplant, a kidney transplant. It's so much. And, you know, you have to try to stay on point with everything. It's really, really hard. But, you know, you have to do what you have to do. You know, it's been a challenge. But, you know, every day I just say, okay, God, you know, I just thank you. I thank you, you know, for deliverance, you know. And I know before, when I first started dialysis, was back in 2014, 2015, somewhere up in there. And that first year I was on dialysis, I actually was able to come off of dialysis. To God be the glory. My kidney had started functioning. It functioned for a whole year, so they took me off of dialysis. And it's just amazing how God did it. And, you know, I'm going to share that story with you as well. I do have a video where my church was following me for about 6 months. They followed and videotaped my day-to-day, you know, day-to-day life. When I first became on dialysis, and then when my kidney actually started working. So I do have a video. I'm trying to see if there's some kind of way that the video can be like cut into like slides, because it's a pretty long video. So I want to try to get it cut down and show pieces of it, so that you can see my testimony, so that you can see how good God is, and how he you know, had my kidney to stop functioning, that I didn't need dialysis anymore. I came off for a whole year. Yes, I'm back on right now, but the way that God did it, God showed himself, and I believe that if God did it once, he'll do it again. He's the same God. He never changes. It's us who change, not God. So I'm still believing and trusting him. You know, like I've always said, that I've always asked God to use me. Let me be a willing instrument. And he's using my life for that. But I thank him for using me. You know, like I've heard someone told me before, when I was going through a lot of ups and downs, they said, God only give his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. So I take that as a value, that God saw something in me that he could use me, and know that I will tell my story on what he has done. You know, the good with the bad. The good with the bad. Because believe me, it's been a lot of good and it's been a lot of bad. But I've learned through this whole process to still trust God no matter what. And like I always tell everyone, I still believe. No matter what I go through, I still believe that God is able to do all things but fail. And I also believe that he'll never leave me nor forsake me. God is just an awesome God. He's just an awesome God. And I tell everyone, I could be laying in a hospital bed with needles all in my arm. I still say God is good, because he is. God is so good, because I'm still able to do for myself. I'm still able to cook food. You know, I have those moments when I'm not able to move as fast as I would like to, but I'm still able to clean myself. I'm still in my right mind. I still have thoughts. I still know what's right from wrong. I still know all of that. So I thank God for that. It's a lot of people that's not able to think for themselves. It's a lot of people not able to do for themselves. It's a lot of people not even able to move. You know, so I'm blessed. I am truly blessed. And I give God the honor and I give God the glory. You know, so I take it, you know, day by day. You know, I take it day by day. I love being a part of life. I love that. I know that it's been about over 2 weeks now. I haven't seen my grandkids. As you know, I have 6 grandkids. I have a 17-year-old granddaughter. I have a 11-year-old granddaughter. I have a 8-year-old granddaughter. I have a 5-year-old grandson and a 6-year-old grandson, and then a grandson that's a year old. So, and my daughter, she has a YouTube channel too, Just My Opinion, Miss Robin. So check her out. She has some pretty good topics on there. So, you know, give her a shout out whenever you go on YouTube. Look her up. She has the 2 little boys, and then my other daughter has the 3. She has 2 girls and a boy, and then my son has the daughter. But I hadn't seen the kids in over 2 weeks because of the fact that they're back in. They were having so many problems with the online classes where the computers kept going out. So my daughter them had sat down and told me that they were thinking about letting the kids go back to public school. So I was like, okay, well, if they go back to public school, I won't be able to see them because of, my immune system is not that strong right now. And I wouldn't be able to see the kids. So, with them coming over and hanging out like we normally do. So, they explained that to the children. They didn't want to do it, but they had no other choice because the online was just not working. So they had to take the kids back. So, I hadn't seen them for about 2 weeks and everything. So what I did the other day, I got, geared up, my mask and all of that. And I drove to their houses. I think it was on Saturday. I drove to their house and I made a lunch bag for each one of the kids. And I took them to, their respective homes. And, they came outside and I said hey to them for about 5 minutes or so. And then, I left because I hadn't seen them. And I could see in the kids' eyes that they were missing me. And I knew that they knew that I was missing them too. So we just going to have to really be careful and cautious, though, when it comes to this COVID. Because we really don't know what's going on. All we know is what they're telling us. And a lot of stuff they're holding back from us. But we still have to be intelligent enough to protect and guard ourselves. I had running into a friend of mine. Well, I hadn't seen in a couple of years, but I wound up seeing her at a store. And we was in the store, so I was trying to fist bump her, by saying, hey, that way. So she gonna grab me. And, she's going to tell me, I'm not scared of this. She grabbed me to hug me. I'm not scared of this, this COVID. I know the Lord. And he got me. Then I said, yeah. I said, he got you, but he also gave you common sense. I said, it's not your place to say how I feel. Don't approach me that way. It's not right. That's your choice. Okay, fine. I know the Lord too. I'm on the Lord's side too. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in the Holy Spirit. I have accepted the Lord. I live for the Lord. No one's perfect. Everyone make mistakes. But I know who wake me up in the morning. I know who's sustaining me in my right mind. And I know it ain't nobody but God. But he still gave me common sense to do the right thing. If they saying to protect yourself because we don't know what's going on with this thing, with this virus, then that's what you need to do. You need to protect yourself. Don't always think that, it's like this. Faith without works is dead. The same way with me going through with dialysis. If I don't do nothing to help myself, how can I be helped? Come on now. If he gave me the means and the common sense to get the dialysis treatment to help sustain my life a little longer, then that's what I'm going to do. Because if I'm going to sit there and not going to do it, then that's how I'm having faith. How am I having faith? No, not when he done gave you a way of escape. He said he'll give you a way of escape. Now, if he gave me the answer, why would I let the answer pass me up? I ain't gonna do dialysis because I just know God gonna do it. Yes, God has all power, and he can do what he want to do when he want to do it. But he made the secular machine. He put it in someone's brain to make that, to help sustain people with kidney failure, because he knew that was gonna take place. Then that's what I'm gonna do until my change come. Whether he restore my own kidney or if I do have to do a transplant. I know that he's going to do it. I don't know when, but I know he's going to do it. But I ain't going to be foolish enough not to do it. Come on now, y'all. Let's be for real about this thing. I done heard people say some crazy stuff. I'm not going to mask up because if it's here, then God made it to be here. Come on now. Come on. Let's get wise with this thing. He gave us all sense. He gave us all common sense. And that's all that takes is a little common sense. So I'm gonna mask up. I don't care whether it's but I'm gonna mask up. You know, and I'm just gonna tell you straight up, hey, that's your choice. That's your choice. But don't put me at risk. Don't put me at risk. I'm not doing no hugging. I'm not doing no kissing. None of that. I have to guard me. I have to protect me. I have to look out for me. You know what I mean? You know, so we just have to use common sense. Let's be for real about this thing. But yeah. So that's about it. Nothing else really going on. Like I said, I'm gonna see if my daughter can break that video down so I can do like maybe a slide presentation or something to show what God did for me, how he had restored my kidney, and then it's just so amazing because it was one of the doctors that told me not to trust that God. He wasn't a believer, and at the time I didn't know that this doctor wasn't a believer, y'all. I did not know he wasn't a believer. And when he told me that day, he said, well, because every time I went to his office, I always had something positive to say about I know God is going to heal me. But I'm going to share that video with you. I also have where we had videoed when the man came back to, after they said that they was taking the tubes out, the surgeon took the tubes out, and I came home and I had called the company to come pick up the medicine, and I even videotaped that. So I'm gonna see if there's some kind of way that my daughter can kind of edit it so that it won't be so long, or maybe we could split it up and do maybe 2-3 videos out of it, because it is a pretty long video. I do have it on DVD that the video lady at our church had followed me through. So let's see if there's any kind of way that can be done. But yeah, I hadn't been to church because, you know, with this COVID, churches had shut down, and our church shut down and has not opened back up. So we actually, my husband and I had visited one of my friends' church. They have a church, her and her husband. So I did wind up going there about maybe 3 weeks ago. And then this Sunday that passed, my husband and I went to another friend of ours' church, and we had a wonderful time. We had a pretty good time. So my husband did speak to the pastor and told him that we'll be back to that church to worship on this coming Sunday. So hopefully I'll be finding me a church home. The church that we were a part of, we had been a part of. I had been there for about 23 years. And my husband had been there about maybe 26 years. I actually met him at church when we met. So, you know, we've been members, and, you know, it was kind of hard, you know, to do that transformation. And it's still hard because I still think about the people that we were at church with. You know, we're like a family, you know what I mean? But I also know that it's time for us to move on. You know, prayed about it, and we just asking God to direct us on where to make our church home now. You know, I'm gonna miss the people, you know, because we've grown together, you know. But some people I still call and keep in contact with, so, you know, that won't stop. My love won't stop. It's just that it's time to, you know, to expand my love. That's all. Just time to expand my love. But other than that, all is well. The neighborhood is pretty quiet. Like I told you guys before, I am the neighborhood security. It's between me and the neighbor down the road. But Miss Alice, I don't see her sitting outside, so she may be, you know, gone somewhere. She's an older lady. She sits there and watch the neighborhood. She watch everything. So that's about it. It's pretty quiet. I know we got one house for sale over here. I wish I had the money, I would buy it. I don't know how much it's going for. I keep saying I was gonna call and find out how much that house going for. So we do have that house there for sale in the neighborhood. Oh, that's about it. Ain't nothing else going on. I think this Saturday we're gonna try to get the grandkids and do something with them outside, you know, out in the open, because I haven't seen them and I miss them so much. I love my grandkids. They keep me laughing, keep me fussing, keep me hollering, ooh, keep me cussing. Ooh, baby, they can work your nerves, honey. They will, baby, they will work you. They will work your nerves, you hear me? But I love it. I love it, you know. So, you know, that's about it. That's about it. Yeah, but I'm gonna talk to my daughter and see if she can do the video for me or show me how do I go about splitting it so that it can all be on here. You just be so amazed how it turned out, how God worked in my favor. It is just, God is just so powerful. He is so powerful. You know what I mean? He can do what he want to do when he want to do it. He is just an awesome God. And I thank him for saving me and delivering me and setting me free from the hands of the enemy, because it's been a blessing being on his side. I just give him all the honor and I give him all the glory. He's a good God. He's a good guy. And he's still alive, y'all. He's not dead. He's still alive. So, you know, that's about it. But I'll be checking back in with you guys. Hopefully maybe about by the weekend. But you all will be blessed, and keep me in your prayers as I keep you in mind. God bless you all.